Welcome, all of you, and thank you for your service in the work of defending the country from the danger of the international narcotics cartels. Is there anyone here, any of you disagree that the business model for the cartels, fentanyl cartels and others, is that they send product here, they sell it, they get money, and they bring money back? Pretty fair, everybody agrees? 3 for 3? Yes. That's the way the business of drug distribution works. Does anybody disagree that there is, in fact, an international system for hiding those illicit proceeds, the money that comes back, that those funds get secreted away in locations where they're hard for law enforcement to track, for instance? 1, 2, 3, yes, yes, yes. Let the record reflect. Yeah, because that's really what is happening out there. Now, in the Narcotics Committee, which I chaired in the ranking on, and which Senator Grassley has been heavily involved with, we have had testimony with respect to the focus of much of our enforcement activity and how our enforcement activity tends to focus far more on the product distribution side than on the money going back and being stashed side. Do any of you disagree with that? Is there room for improvement in our investigation of the money flow of the cartels back to the various financial havens where they hide it? Yes, 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 room for improvement. So we have, and just by the way, I'm as guilty as anyone. I was a U.S. attorney. I was an attorney general with full criminal jurisdiction in Rhode Island. I've done the cases. I've laid out the drugs and the guns and the money on the table. I've had the press conferences. I've done all of that. But the more I learn of this market, the more I see that we really need to drill into the financial underworld, the international financial underworld that supports the cartels. And while we're at it, crooked oligarchs, kleptocrats who've robbed their country, criminals involved in international child trafficking, smugglers, anybody who is up to evil and making boatloads of money from it is out to hide their money someplace. And now that market is robust enough that it'll take all comers, and we need to be much more aggressive about going after it. In that context, do drug smugglers and traffickers use American shell corporations to hide their assets and to hide their activities?
Yes, Senator, in my experience, yes, they do, amongst many other techniques.
Yeah.
Trade-based money laundering, capital flight out of China, storefronts, things of that nature. And the DEA has actually taken a very aggressive stance against that. We use a lot of different tools at our disposal, not least of which is making use of OFAC, the Office of Foreign Asset Control, and freezing assets and freezing businesses of people connected to cartels that we believe are using those businesses to launder money.
Yeah, and I really appreciate, we've had very good hearings with DEA about understanding the need to up the enforcement against the financial side of the business to match the enforcement against the production and distribution side of the business. And I'm eager to support you in doing more of that. I will make 2 points as I close. One, the current Treasury regulations for implementing the Corporate Transparency Act, a bipartisan effort in which Senator Graham and Senator Grassley and Senator Crapo were heavily involved, along with myself and members on our side, completely fails at the mission of protecting against the abuse of American shell companies by drug lords and others. They need to up their game, and I say that as a public message here to everyone. Second, the law enforcement cuts that are coming are at odds with the added work we need to do going after this illicit international financial network. Taking down the kleptocracy work at the Department of Justice, I cannot comprehend. So I hope that we can work together in a bipartisan fashion to rebuild the strength and power of the United States law enforcement to go after these illicit financial enterprises that are supporting drug trafficking and other crimes and make them feel some pinch.
Thank you. Senator Moody.
Thank you, Chairman Grassley. Thank you for